Hello everyone, welcome back to Valley of the Mist Block of the Month. I'm Adriane Ritter.
And I'm Shelley McNeely.
And this is our December 2024 Block of the Month. All right, the last one of the year. And the last of our selection that include squares, rectangles, and half square triangles. And this beautiful block is called Hen Chicks. And Shelley's going to go over the fabric in just a sec. I do want to point out, I mean, it is really actually a pretty simple block. It's a 9 patch. It's just not an even square 9 patch.
Right.
So keep that in mind when you're cutting your fabric. All right, Shelley, take it away.
Okay, so for our final time, this is our focus fabric that we're using this year for the blocks that you turn in for the drawing at the Guild meeting, and it is Yalka, designed by June Smith for M&S Textiles. Okay, and if you're not turning them in, you can use whatever focus fabric you desire. So for this block, with the focus fabric, we need 1 2.5 inch square, and for the white, you need 6 3.5 inch squares, and then 4 2.5 by 5.5 inch strips. Then for the light coordinating, 4 3.5 inch squares and 4 3 inch squares. And then for the dark coordinating, 2 3.5 inch squares.
Okay, so that, as I quickly found them in my stash here, hidden behind the board. Okay, so as we have been doing for like the last 8 months, our first step in this process is going to be to make half square triangles. There's not too many in this block. There are each of, oops, pull that down. Each of these corner units are made exactly the same, and they have, oh, I have a piece of thread on there. They have 3 half square triangles in each unit. There's one here, and one here. So that means you've got 12 total to make. 4 with the white and the dark coordinating, and 8 with the, correct? 8 with the light and the white coordinating. So the white coordinating squares that are 3.5 inches, you're going to pair each one of those with either a light coordinating or a dark coordinating. And then you're going to make your half square triangles. And remember, we do have a video that goes over that in more detail on half square triangles called Half Squared. It's you can find it on our channel. And the quick method, the quick instruction on how to make it is Shelley and I do it a little differently. Mm-hmm. I draw a single line from the diagonal on the white square, the light block, and then I sew a 1/4 inch away from that line. And Shelley draws a line 1/4 inch away from the center, and that is her seam line.
Right.
And she stitches those two. So you're going to stitch the two seams. And then after you do that, you'll have a piece. This one, funnily enough, only has it sewn on one side. There should be a seam on both, and you're going to cut it on the diagonal, whether you have a line there or it's just open like Shelley's.
Right.
You're going to cut it, and you're going to end up with 2 half square triangles. Now, from those half square triangles that you end up with, like these, all of the ones that are with the dark and the white, we want you to press to the dark. And the ones that are with your light coordinating and the white, press half to the light and half to the light coordinating and half to the white.
Right.
Okay? And keep them in a separate stack. You will want them separate. Okay?
Okay.
And so when we come back, we will have all of our half square triangles ready, and we'll be ready to make these 4 corner units. All right? All right, we've made the last half square triangle of the year. You know what? We have made a lot of half square triangles.
Yes, we have. Considering it's not a whole quilt, I think we made a lot.
We did. Okay, but that's behind us now. Okay. So now we need to construct these 4 corner parts of this 9 patch. And I have set this up like the top right corner, like this corner. And so if you have them all in a stack, there's actually 4 here, and these are all pressed the same, these are all pressed the same, these are all pressed the same. So basically these are pressed to the dark, these are pressed to the light coordinating, and these are pressed to the white. It can be opposite. These two can switch, obviously. This one can't because it needs to go there. Okay, so what we want you to do is take this stack, turn one over on top, and you're going to sew this seam right here on all 4 of these. And when you're done, you're going to press them to this dark side, to the mainly dark corner. And then this one, you're going to do the same, flip it over, and you're going to sew this seam here, and you're going to press this to the less complicated, which is this plain square.
Right.
And then, after you have 4 of each half, you're going to sew the center seam. And the center seam, I actually pressed it to that corner, that plain corner one again. I think, or did I press it open? No, I pressed it down. I pressed it to this. I pressed it down towards this corner. What did you do?
I did the.
Oh, she did this.
Did the squishy in the middle.
Okay, so she did the part where you open up the center and and so basically it goes half and half.
Right.
So you can do either method. You don't have to press the seam open. So, well, let's make these corners, and we will come back and be ready to look at the 9 patch.
Right.
Okay, so we have all of our corners, our 4 corners for this 9 patch all sewn, and Shelly's going to go over the instructions for this part.
Okay, first thing is make sure that the corners you just assembled are 5.5 inches square. They should be the same size as your strips.
The same length, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and arrange them like we have it here, with the focus in the center and the white strips in the middle, top, bottom, and the sides. Now we're going to sew the rows together, just across each row. And when you do it, the pressing is going to be pressed to the white, always press to the white strip. Even in the center, press to the white strip.
All right, and when we have that all done, we will come back with our 3 rows. All right, last step. Okay, so for this one, we're just going to sew these 3 rows together, and you should make sure that they are 12.5 inches long before you do that. And then after you sew this row to this one to this one, we're going to press to the center strip. Both of these will press in.
Right.
Okay, and we will be back with our finished block. All right, we have our finished blocks. They're 12.5 inches square, which is good.
Yes.
These blocks are not due till January of 2025. But there was 2 extra things we wanted to show you. Number 1, with this block, it actually has like a bonus look. Like if we take and set these, I'll take our lower ones and line them up. They look, hopefully you can see that you get like a square and a square and a square here with like a sashing. It's like a bonus look to this if you do a whole quilt with this block. So pretty cool. And then, like we promised you last month, we're going to reveal what next year's focus fabric is. And Shelly has it there.
Okay, this is by Island Batik, and it's called Poppy's Tie-Dye.
And so got a lot of fun, bright colors in it. Mainly this fuchsia, red, purples,
yellow.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, we haven't figured what our neutrals will be, but I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's going to be white again.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe gray, or maybe we'll do like this year and just have the one neutral and use coordinating fabrics for the others. But there's your preview for next year. And we have a very fun idea ready for next year. We hope you like it. I think that this focus fabric will look interesting.
It will.
in what we're doing, but We will see you back here in January.